I have my face mask. Look, it says Earth Day. Okay, now we're ready to take a walk in the garden. So join me. This is that Chinese pink celery. And I was letting it go to seed. And it's in that pot with the gladiolas. I think I need to dig that up. Let me go around here too. This is a Myers lemon tree, but yesterday I planted some tomato starts that I purchased from Monterey Master Gardeners. I will dig the tags up and then I'll tell you what variety they are. Here's the tiny house. All right, in this bed, I have lots of peppers. These peppers came from Me Earth and also Monterey Master Gardeners. And then here's the tomatillo, not sure what type, and the rosemary. Over here, I have more tomatoes growing. And inside here, I have little herbs. I use my worm bin screener to protect the herbs from snails. We have a real problem, or I have a real problem in California with snails. And then here is something new I'm trying. I had some leftover earth bags after I finished building this keyhole garden. It's an African garden technique. I'll show you that in a moment. But I used some of those white leftover bags to make a little garden here, just a little temporary garden. So it's full of lettuce and kale, Chinese mustards. All right, now here are my blackberries. I'm trying to keep those contained because they were going everywhere. And my lavender, it is so magnificent. Oh my gosh. We just come and look at how massive it is. Ooh. We just pick some and just use it in the house. But here's that African garden technique called the keyhole garden. Inside here is where you have gardening and you also compost. So right in the middle, I have a little compost hole where I just put the leftover food scraps directly down there. And the iceberg roses are growing beautifully. Okay, look, do you see all those snails? You see what I mean? Look. So I'm going to get some salt and I'll come back out here and I'll take care of the snails. Now, if I turn around, oh, you got dizzy. Take a look at how glorious this Cecile Brunner rose bush is. Look at this. The formal name is Cecile Brunner, but it's called the sweetheart rose. But look, I had an old greenhouse here. The city said I could not have a permanent structure in my front yard, so I said, well, how about if I just have the roses cover it? It is so fragrant. Oh, this is my favorite place to be in the garden. And the roses are just magnificent. And the smell is so wonderful. It is just so great. I'll let you get another look at it. Look. Here it is. But there it is. It's going to be a fabulous rose-covered greenhouse. So I said, look at that. See, the city made me take the plastic off, and see how God can take something and just turn it around for his good. And this is perfect, much better than that green plastic anyway. So I said, okay, see, it pays to be obedient. the Lord will fix things for you. It's even better than what I could have imagined for him. All right, here is our bed with beets and our sugar snap peas. Look, they're still growing. All right, and then here's our bed. This this Swiss chard was left over from last year. And look at that. It just loves it here. Now down here, I'm telling you, I do vermicomposting. I have worms, and then I just take the leftover kitchen scraps and I chop it up and I just toss it right here so that the worms are actually working in the bed for me. Look, and look at this tomatillo. It is so beautiful. Look at that. Anthony planted that, so we'll see. He likes to make salsa. So this is his little bed, his little salsa bed. All right, and then here's my little greenhouse. Remember, I got this greenhouse from Walmart. It was $300, and they actually put it together, and it fit on my husband's truck. And then all we had to do was move it. It was pretty light. And so here's my little sign. Mother Teresa's quote, if you can't feed 100 people, just feed one. And so this whole area is the community garden. And look at the giant red mustards growing. I got these seeds from Baker's Creek. Excellent. They're a little spicy. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful. And then there's some spearmint growing. This kale is leftover from last year. And so to water out here, I have a soaker hose. When I don't have the soaker hose on, I just have bucket, and then I just dip in the bucket, and then I hand water so I can get some exercise. Let me show you the view from the sidewalk community garden. If you look, there's the Pacific Ocean. So every morning I get to look at the ocean a little bit from my sidewalk. This is our book house. And here it is. In this book house, here's our food that we have, our little books, and the seats. And so I'll give you another look at the book house. Let me go back out. So that's that. And these little signs I got from orchards. When they went out of business, they were throwing them away with the words on them. And I said, I bet I can use that for something. And sure enough, I used it to sort of brighten up the little book house. Because, books have words. And so I said, well, that will work. And then here's some little drawings that some of my little friends made for me. Isn't that sweet? Oh, look at that. Look at that. I tell you, God is so good. All right, back here is, remember that green covering that I had to take down from the front yard? So on our patio, I just put it over like a gazebo frame. And this is now my greenhouse that's in the backyard. And here's my husband's little tiny house. It has a little loft inside so that he has an ocean view. So here is my garden.